What's up, guys? Yeah, so this is gonna be super awkward. So I'm gonna try and knock this out. I want to go over gear review and do that for you guys, but it's gonna be a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I stopped doing the vlogs for a while just because I would spend hours in front of the computer just watching myself and cringing only to delete myself. I'm gonna try and keep as much footage as possible and not cut too much of myself out. If you're seeing this, just know it took a lot of effort for me to get over the cringes and press that post button. The reason I'm making this video is I kind of wanted to go over some of the stuff that I use, just basically a gear review. So it'll be my frame, all the electronics I use, as well as like the battery and transmitter and stuff like that. I just wanted to go into why I use some of the things I do use, talk about my sponsors just for a brief moment, but mostly I'm going to be doing a test for the next few weeks to several months. I'm going to constantly update this and keep you guys informed. I'll probably try and post a video at least once a week. And I'll get to that towards the end of the video. So some of you guys may already know, but I'm a team pilot for Ready Made RC, also Strix RC. I also now work at Ready Made RC for the last half a year, maybe a little bit longer. And I do the product videos and some other stuff there. I'm also sponsored by Team Spectrum and Cobra Motors. So with that being said, I would be buying this gear even if I wasn't sponsored by them. So that's one of the reasons why I took the sponsorship, because it's a mutual benefit. So this is my quad that I fly. This is a Strix OC210, a 4mm thick carbon fiber unibody. It comes with a machined camera mount. This is one of my favorite parts, as well as a mount for the RMRC Cricket. It doesn't power up until you press the button down. Easily change between bands and frequencies. You can see what you're on very easily, and that's why I love it. So I use the Strix Ochi camera, which has the chipset of an HS1177, but it's in a metal case, and some of the other stuff is different. I feel like it's a much better camera than the HS1177. Also much more durable. I run a 2.5 GoPro lens on this. I've been running these since I started flying FPV. They're, I think, $10 is the cheapest you can get them on Amazon. I generally just buy them 10 at a time and keep them on my bin because they are glass. They do break pretty easily. I also run a pigtail on my VTX, and I use these True Blood RC flexible mounts to mount my antennas on. So as far as powertrain goes, I use Cobra 2207 2450 kV. After I tried some bigger motors, such as like the F60s, I kind of got stuck on the torque of a bigger motor. I really like these motors. I like them better than the Tiger motors because they have very similar power as the Tiger motor F60s. However, they're much more efficient. My wife's walking around upstairs and driving me crazy. So with these motors, for a long time, I was actually just using the 24 amp KISS ESCs with a KISS flight controller. I don't see anything wrong with that setup. I could just never get the rates right with KISS. It drove me crazy. I tried all kinds of setups and I just couldn't get it to work. I just gave up. So I'm slowly switching everything over from KISS. And what I'm switching to is Cobra 35 amp ESCs. These ESCs rock. They spin up at super low RPMs, very smooth, great thrust. So yeah, they're pretty much perfect on this rig. 35 amps paired with these motors is awesome. I'm using a Raceflight Revolt with the bobbins on there, so they're soft mounted, and then I'm using Raceflight 1. So I've been using that for a while, and I really like that a lot. Yeah, it's pretty much perfect right out of the box. I do also have a Spectrum flight controller, the new F400. They sent me some of those, and I just have not had a chance to test them yet. They have just got Raceflight working on that board, but they haven't finalized it, so I'm kind of letting them finish that up before I actually switch to that maybe. So obviously I'm running bigger motors, and I'm running a GoPro almost always, a little bit bigger battery. My rig's just a little bit heavier than most of the time. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I like the way it feels in the air. I think this thing flies phenomenally. But with that, I like to run the quad blades because I feel like it bites much harder in the corners. The thrust is awesome. You don't have nearly the top speed, but most of the time I don't really care about top speed. I'm not trying to go out and go 90 miles an hour. It handles so well that I don't really care about the top speed. So, but yeah, that basically covers this part of it. I've been running this frame since We started working on prototypes a long time ago. In case you don't know, it does come with a lifetime warranty on the bottom plate and the top plate. So all the carbon fiber is covered in a lifetime warranty. As far as transmitter and receiver goes, currently I'm using the Spectrum telemetry receivers. Those are the new SPM 4849s. I feel like they work a little bit better than the Autobind receivers, which those are awesome receivers as well, but I've been using the telemetry ones and I really do like them a lot. I normally decase them and stick them to the bottom of my video transmitter. And then what I normally do is this. So it's a pod basically. And I stick my receiver to the bottom of the Cricket like that. So that way it's 4 screws and then a couple of wires that I just unplug, and then I have a whole pod that I can pull off. It makes it super simple to work on if I want to change things. And since I do so much testing, I'm always changing stuff out. It just makes it really quick. And then I am using a DX9 radio. And this is what I fly with 100% of the time, unless I'm at a DRL event, which we have to fly with Tyrannus there. So, but this radio, I absolutely love it. It feels amazing in my hands. I pinch, so I used to thumbs, and I still loved it for thumbs, but now I pinch, and man, it fits my hands so perfect. So anyway, so the main reason I wanted to make this video was to get to you and show you this battery that I've been using. They're freaking awesome. I love these batteries. They're a 1550 4S 95C battery, and they're made by Strix RC. We sell them at Ready Made RC, and I believe they're $39.99. So don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive they're like right at 40 bucks. A little bit bigger, but the cool part is I've got 14 of these batteries. I've never puffed a single one of these things, and some of these I have well over 100 cycles. So they're very durable in the fact that you can run them full speed for 2.5 minutes and they don't puff. You can run them below voltage, throw them on a charger, and bring them right back to life, no problem. They also have like a little metal casing around them. So if you slap the ground or hit something, they're much more resilient than your everyday LiPo. I have punctured 2 of these from crashes, but that was also before I was running these Strix bottom plates. These are battery protectors made out of carbon fiber. Ever since I've been using these, I haven't had any issues with damaging batteries. And then for goggles, I run the Fatshark HD2s with a Furious FPV module. This is pretty good for the most part. I use it most of the time just because of convenience. I really like my Clearview Pro receiver better. Clearview really shines in multipathing environments, so abandoned buildings, and I mostly use the Menace Raptors just because they're so cheap and I love the way they flex and they actually perform really well. But if I need to bust out the Clearview for some really good reception, I'll throw a couple of these on there with some right angle adapters, just the Menace patch antennas, and call it a day. So let me try one more time to get back into the main point of this video. It was to talk to you about the Strix Power Sticks 1550 4S 95C batteries that we sell at Ready Made RC, and they rock. So I went to a race recently and I was talking to some guys, and they couldn't believe that I get over 100 cycles out of my batteries. I've slowly built up this collection of these batteries and I still can't tell which ones were which. I've never marked ticks on any of them, so I can't prove to you guys that I have 100 cycles. And that's kind of what this video is about. So Ready Made has given me 3 batteries, brand new, for me to make a video on. And what I'm going to do is document the flights on these batteries. So every time I do a charge cycle and then discharge from flying, I'm going to put a tick mark on there. I'm going to have 3 different types of tick marks, an I, an O, and an X. And that's going to indicate either an extremely hard flight, an easy flight, or like just out freestyling. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a notebook. I normally carry a notebook with just ideas and stuff for work and in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 of these batteries. I'm going to make a page for every single one, and I'm going to document every single time I mess something up. So if I run it past voltage, I'm going to document that and what the voltage I ran it down to as, which that kind of happens to me a lot. I get happy flying and I don't want to bring it in. And I think, oh, I got a little bit more, I got a little bit more. And next thing I know, I'm 3.5 minutes out there at full speed and I'm falling out of the sky with my video transmitter shutting off. So yeah, I'm going to document that stuff happening. So I just want to show you guys that I can use and abuse these things and get this many cycles out of them and not have to worry. I mean, I want you guys to see for yourself how awesome these batteries are. You can see the performance out of them. I may do some back-to-back comparisons as the weeks go along. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to be surprised if this video even gets posted. I'm going to Like I said, I cringe when I make these videos. I hate talking to the camera. Like I get sidetracked and then I can't remember what I'm supposed to talk about. And then I remember while I'm editing, and then halfway through editing, I'm just cringing the entire time thinking, oh, I'm just delete, delete, delete. And then I'm left with 20 minutes of flying and 2 seconds of talking. So if this gets posted, I want a high five. If this gets posted and I'm talking, give me a thumbs up. How about that? Yeah. I doubt what I just said will make it in the video, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be cringing so hard when I press that post button. It's gonna suck. I'm not looking forward to this. Just a little bit of stuff. It's not gonna be like a typical vlog like you're seeing everyone doing.
Boy, it's not going to be like gay like that one. It's going to be like cooler.
But what I want to do is I want to name these 3 batteries. So I'm going to put a label on 3 batteries so I know which one's which. And like I said, document it in here. And that leads me to, this is where I need your help. I need you guys to go down to the comment section and give me one name. And I'm going to name these 3 batteries based off the suggestions that you guys give. So let's keep it fun. Let's keep it interesting. This is going to be great. Yes. So hopefully you guys didn't cringe nearly as much as I did while I was editing this. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. So awkward. Oh my God. All right, we're done.